Welcome to another episode of Kookievision. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I made a branch from Trolls as a sugar cookie. So I'm starting out, I have an Americolor Gourmet Writer, which is basically a food dye pen. And I'm just tracing where his face would be, the top of his face. It's sometimes easier to kind of sketch it in roughly before you pipe, just to make sure you get it right the first time. And I'm just outlining it with a number 2 piping tip, and this is a light bluish gray, and I'm outlining his face and his ears. Sometimes it's also easier to outline the face and then the ears. I don't necessarily need the line between the two, but it's easier to draw this way instead of just doing one big shape. And I'm filling this in with a flooding consistency of the same color. And I'll just use my scribe tool to even it all out and get rid of any air bubbles. And next I'm going to add the eyes. I've got some white flooding consistency here in a squeeze bottle fitted with a number 2 tip. You can get squeeze bottles with couplers on them to make your your flooding a little bit more precise. And I just did that while it was still wet, just so it sinks into the gray. Now I've got a darker gray here. This is a darkish grayish blue color, and I'm piping the outside with a number 2 tip, and I've also got the same color in a flooding consistency, and I'm just filling it all in and using my scribe tool to get rid of any air bubbles or little gaps in the icing. So I've let this dry overnight, and next I have some pink petal dust here, and I just have a little bit on a cotton swab, and I'm rubbing his cheeks as well as the inside of his ears with this, and it just gives him a little bit of a blush kind of color on top of this, drab gray background. And I just want to make sure to brush off the excess with a clean brush. And next I've got some lavender colored piping consistency royal icing here. This is a number 2 tip, and it's in a piping bag. And I just did a circle for the nose as well as 2 little circles on either side to give him a nice troll shaped nose. And I also have some black food dye that I've mixed with a touch of vodka just to make it a little bit more diluted and paintable. And I just did the insides of his eyes, his frown, and the inside of his ears as well. I'm also going to use this same brush with the same black food dye, and give him a bunch of hair. You could leave it the way it is, but I find that this adds a little bit more texture instead of having just a very solid gray space, dark gray. And I'm just basically using a series of long brush strokes. Next, I'm using the same gray that I used to outline his face and his ears. This is a number 2 tip again, and I'm just re-outlining the ears and the face. And I've got the same black that I used to outline the hair, and this is a number 2 piping tip again, and I'm just using it to give him some furrowed brows. And there you go, a very grumpy looking branch from Trolls. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like me on Facebook and on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube. Bye!